All right. Hello, everybody. My name is AJ Richelieu, and I'm in your guys' Film 111 class. And today I will be doing my presentation on Mr. Edwin S. Porter. And I also have a guest speaker here today, one of my good friends from here in California. He went to school in Hawaii. You know what? Just tell him about yourself, Parker.
Hi everyone, my name is Parker Roberson. I went to Hawaii Pacific University where I minored in film and photography. Basically a big passion of mine. I'm really happy here to be helping AJ with his project.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Perfect. All right, now we're just going to jump right into it, folks. So, who is Edwin S. Porter, you may be wondering? Well, let me tell you, he was an absolute pioneer in the film industry, okay? He was a producer, a director, a studio manager, and a cinematographer. He did all the above, folks. D, fill it in. Here we go. He was born in a small town in Connecticut, actually, on April 21st, 1870, and died later, much later, in New York, about a week after his birthday. So, bummer for him. He invented the Beadnell film projector and created over 250 films. Wow. How about that?
That's incredible. So he invented the Beadnell film projector, and you have a projector in your room.
I do.
So it's safe to say without Edwin S. Porter, you wouldn't be able to enjoy your home theater.
Absolutely correct, Parker. Great point. Absolutely great point. So now we're just going to go ahead and jump in right into his career. So in the 1880s, he worked for New Mare Opera House in Connellsville, Connecticut, where he grew up. So, local opera house. He, had thought he might want to be in the film industry, so he decided, hey, why not work for the opera house? Then in the early 1890s, Porter became greatly acquainted with the telegraph and experimenting with electricity, which later introduced him to Edison Company, but we'll get into that a little bit later. He chose to become a tailor following the family tradition after he became interested in the telegraph, but that was shortly closed down due to large manufacturers pushing out smaller competitions. Then he joined the Navy as a telegraph operator and electrician in 1895. And after that, he kind of settled back into his film route and began working as an exhibitor and projectionist in Los Angeles, following his dreams. All right, so that brings us, like I said earlier, we were talking about Edison and the Edison Company. So after he moved to Los Angeles, he was doing some research and found out about Edison due to the Vitascope. So he was researching about it and found out that it had some troubles with power. So he challenged himself to create a more consistent power supply for the Vitascope. Told all his buddies to, tell him to invest in this journey with him and whatnot. So he did so, and eventually he joined the Edison Group in the 1900 year as a full-time employee when offered as a production head in New York. So big things. Big things were coming around for Mr. Porter.
And did he work his way up in the Edison Company?
He did. He actually was promoted to Edison's chief cameraman.
Wow.
Very good work by Mr. Porter.
He had to have produced a lot of films as well.
He did. He actually produced the Bridget McKean and Kansas Saloon Smashers, which both used two different techniques in the films. One was a single screen and one was a double screen, I believe. Which brings us into Porter's innovations and techniques.
Knowing Edison, the brilliant mind he is, I assume he surrounded himself with bright minds as well. So, was Edison? Was Porter one of those people that Edison chose to surround himself with?
Absolutely, yeah. Edison was a huge influence in Porter's careers and whatnot, or Porter in filmmaking career, I think it really projected Porter as a filmmaker and really taught him a lot of different techniques and innovations. Such techniques like the close-up, close-up faces into the camera for scenes, and the cross-dissolve scene from scene to scene, which was brought from magic shows back in the day. And Porter just really emphasized those different techniques into his days of filmmaking in his era. And some of you might not know, but I think one of our first assignments in the class was on the Great Train Robbery, and that was actually one of Porter's films. So he created a lot of different techniques in this film, like non-continuous and non-overlapping scenes, oblique camera angles, and one particular scene that really stood out to me was the bandit shooting directly at the camera, which was pictured here in the slide. So Edison just used a great number of techniques and innovations in his career, and he was just a master at it, just a complete master.
That bandit shooting at the screen is actually a very famous part of the film Tombstone. Just a quick cutaway, but if,
Really?
next time you watch the movie Tombstone, then you might find that in there, and
there you go.
That was Porter's work.
I didn't know that. That's interesting, actually. Now that I know that, I'm gonna be thankful that Film 111 taught me this.
And did his career last forever? It sounds like it did.
I mean, he did do a lot in the filmmaking, but to be honest, he got tired of it. So he left Edison Company in 1909 to work as an equipment manufacturer and producer. And after that, he founded Rex Films in 1911 and also founded and was the president of Precision Machine Corporation. But due to the great stock market crash, unfortunately, even though this was an extremely successful company, it failed, which then he later opened up a repair shop after the stock market crash, fixing motion picture machinery, still staying to his filmmaking roots. So with that being said, Edison was just an absolute, or I'm not sorry, oh my gosh, Porter was just an absolute powerhouse in the industry, and utilized a lot of new techniques that he and came up with at Edison Company, and I think was a true inspiration to the filmmaking community. Absolutely. Thanks for watching and listening. Have a great day.